So today's question is, do realtors avoid for sale by owners? And it's a great question, especially if you're considering selling your home potentially as a for sale by owner. So here's what I'm going to tell you about whether real estate brokers actually help you sell when you have your house listed as for sale by owner.
This is Emily Cressy, your digitally enabled Puget Sound community advisor.
So if you've been thinking about selling your house, you may be wondering if for sale by owner is a viable route. You may have heard you could list your home without paying any real estate listing fees. And if a real estate agent brings a buyer, then you can go ahead and sell it to them and just pay their 3% commission. It sounds good on paper. Here's what I've seen in my experience, the reality to be. So if your home is not listed on the MLS multiple listing service, it does not exist to 95% of sellers, or I'm sorry, 95% of buyers or their real estate agents. So even if you are going the for sale by owner route, kind of a do-it-yourselfer plan, I would suggest at least connecting with a discount broker of some kind who will throw your home up on the MLS. Why? Because well, I wouldn't say that brokers actively avoid for sale by owners. They just don't tend to come up on their radar very often. What I have found is that a lot of buyers are kind of like crack monkeys. And I'm like this when I'm in the acquisition phase too. There's a thrill of a hunt that gets us scrolling and scrolling through the MLS, looking for the right deal, reading the comments, looking at the pictures, going on the video tour. We're hunting. And the place that most people are doing that is on the multiple listing service. So your house needs to be there. It's that important. I have taken time. I have done some cold calling in the past, targeting for sale by owners and that type of a thing. And so typically how that worked is that I would call somebody up that had a for sale by owner property. And I would say, hey, I'd like to come out and take a look at your property, preview it, see if it's right for any of the buyers that I'm working with. And half the people would say, no, I don't want you to come and take a look at the property. Only come if you have buyers that are ready to buy my home was kind of the message that I was getting. And so because of that, it was difficult for me to feel like I was able to preview and tour the homes and get a good feel for what was going on. And I did not end up bringing any of my buyers to those properties, whether or not they were listed or whether they were mean to me or not. It didn't seem like those types of people were excited to be working with an agent. Some of them would say, we're not going to pay the agent's commission. Some of them would say, don't come without your buyers. I'm not going to bring my buyers there and spend their time dragging them out to a property that I have not previewed if, I don't know what's going on with the situation. Some for sale by owners are very easy to work with and some are not. So I don't want to tie up my time. I don't want to tie my buyer's time looking at it, and I don't want them to get kind of off track working with kind of a screwy or unusual situation. So on the flip side, I would say I have worked for my buyers if they are looking specifically in an area like we need to be in the school district. After we've exhausted what's on the MLS, I will take a look at for sale by owners, and I will even cold call into neighborhoods. Anyone that owns a house that might be in their price range, I will call out to the neighborhood and see if there's anyone that's thinking about selling in the next couple of months. So I will do that. And so I think the bottom line is, every realtor is different. How far above and beyond and outside the norm they're willing to go varies. And it also depends on their clients and what the clients are willing to tolerate. So if you just want to throw your house up for sale by owner and see what happens, you certainly can. But in my experience, people tend to get their home sold faster for a better price and with fewer hiccups when they list it with a real estate agent because the market is just not as strong for sale by owner homes. As an investor, I actually would call all the for sale by owners and try to get them to sell me their house at a discount or on terms. As a real estate agent, I have tried calling them to try to get them to list their home. So you're going to certainly put yourself on a calling list for investors and real estate agents that have a different plan for you. But in terms of buyers actively looking and reaching out to you, not common in my experience. So typically the statistics that we see is that about 60 days into their for sale by owner experience, most FSBOs end up listing their home with a real estate agent. So your mileage may vary. Put it up on Craigslist, get the sign in the yard, see how it works, and just get it out there and market it to as many people on as many platforms as you can. The goal is really to get your house in front of as many people and as many qualified people as possible. And that's what a real estate agent specializes in. And, maybe you can do that too. And if you need help or tips, I have rented property myself. I have worked with for sale by owners. I have worked with distressed owners. So if there's something that's keeping you back from the idea of working with a real estate agent, maybe you're concerned the house isn't in good shape, you don't have equity, there could be a number of different things going on. So if that's the case, please feel free to reach out, and I would be happy to kind of walk you through your options and see how the numbers work and help you come up with the formula that's going to be best for you given your specific situation. So again, my name is Emily Cressy, and I am here to serve.